One more thing. Where does everybody land in the Eastern Conference? Does everything still run through the Celtics? Yeah, it does.
I'm here because I have to be.
Dallas is going to get a seat at the table.
That's it. It's me versus the machine. Don't let his whiteness take away from his quickness.
You can rest later. You're young.
I never recovered here.
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah. Welcome. You are still locked on to the Dallas Mavericks. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member and NBA channel manager of the Locked On Podcast Network. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 to get a 3-week free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Visit FanDuel.com to get started. And joining me, the one more thinking himself. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
Oh, let's talk about some Eastern Conference teams. Guys, the bottom of the East it sucks. It's going to be tough.
Spoiler. The bottom is very bad.
It's the race for Cooper flag is on already.
Oh my gosh. Stake your flags in the ground because the bottom 6 of the East is garbage.
Yeah.
Just really bad.
But the top of the East is going to be really good, I think.
Let's start here. We're doing our board bets. We're going through the standings. We went through the West earlier, so if you missed that episode, and here where we have the Dallas Mavericks, we disagreed where the Dallas Mavericks were going in the standings, so go listen to that episode wherever you're listening, watching this. But let's start here. Isaac Harris, I have one belief, and I kind of hate it. I think the Boston Celtics could win 70 games this season.
Whoa, dude, John Corrales loves you right now.
I think because of what you said earlier, how bad the bottom of the East is. Let's just go through their schedule real quick, right? Like,
no, I'm not going to go through the Celtics schedule.
They're going to play the Nets like 4 times. They're going to play they're going to play the Raptors like 4 times. They're going to play the Bulls 3 times, the Pistons 3 times, the Wizards 3. Like, they are going to get these layups of games because of how bad the East is next season. But to me, number one team in the East, it's clearly the Boston Celtics. Like, I just don't think how anybody else gets them. You've got
Lonnie Walker too.
You got Tatum now with some built-in motivation, I guess. You got Jaylen Brown with some motivation, whether contrived or not. Like, you've got it. And yeah, they got Lonnie Walker, I guess. They've got Porzingis is going to miss a lot of time, so maybe that's something that holds you back. But their center rotation is not great with an older Al Horford and the Cornet contest. But
KP, baby,
it's okay. KP's going to be out for a while.
Dude, just think about all the disrespect for Jason Tatum this summer. After being on the cover of 2K.
I mean, like, and on the Tonight Show and winning a title and being on the Olympic team, it's so disrespected.
Revenge season coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Boston at the top. I would think best record in NBA.
Yawn. Boring. 2.
I think we're going to differ a lot on the East. This one's kind of surprised me, but this is where I landed. Cleveland Cavaliers.
Wow.
I'm a big Kenny Atkinson fan.
Wow.
And I think Kenny Atkinson's going to be a really good coach for them. And just looking at their roster, I like their roster a lot. I think he's going to figure out some of the big man stuff. I think Mitchell's really good.
Wow.
And I think they have a good blend of like the young talent that nobody needs rest type of stuff. And I like some of the role players too.
That shocked me a little bit. We were
I knew it was going to
in step in the West, but yeah, that's surprising. I had the Cavs at 7.
All right, good. I think in the East, like after Boston, 2 through 6 for me, it was hard.
Well, it wasn't like 3 through 7 in the East last year was 2 games separated them.
Wow.
Like, that's what, 4 or 5 teams separated by 2 games. Sixers, I guess Heat too. If you had Heat, that's 1 more game. Heat, Sixers, Pacers, Magic, Cavs, Bucks, Knicks were separated by 4 games. That whole group.
Wow.
That's why it was wild last year. Yeah, I have the Knicks at number 2. I just think they're so talented. Their wings are insane. Like, their wing depth. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and then their bench guys are probably going to be Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. Like, those 2 guys start on a lot of, like, probably the majority of teams, at least in the East. And looking at these East rosters. But yeah, I'm going with the Knicks at 2.
I saw something the other day where if Mitchell Robinson finishes the season for the Knicks, I think Bondi tweeted it out that he will be the longest tenured Knick since like and that was insane to me. No, if you're a Knicks fan, I mean, it's just a lot of fun right now. I mean, all the vibe, the friends are playing together. I think the one wild card is where does Randall fit in? Like what?
Yeah, huge.
that's the thing that they got to figure out. But all those guys together, yeah, Brunson.
If you know where Villanova is on a map, this is a big time for you right now. What state? Listen to me. What state is Villanova in, everyone?
Pennsylvania. I have the Knicks at 3, so
okay.
Yeah. Who's your third?
It's our old buddy, Rick Carlisle and the Pacers. Give me the Pacers at 3. Their offense crushes everyone, and I think that this is going to be a big year for them. Tyrese Halliburton was missing games with injury last season, and they still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They bring in Siakam. Same kind of thing with the Mavericks. Is they're a better team now when they got Siakam, and so I think this team's going to be really good. Their offense, like no one can solve their offense. It's so wild, and so I'm putting them at 3.
Matherin's back. I struggle with him a lot. I didn't know what to do with him because of the defense stuff, and I'm like, all right, are you? And I mean, Rick's a dang good coach, but I don't know. I don't like some of their depth. And
is this a board bet? Cavs versus Pacers?
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah, give me that. I'm more worried about that because I think technically I have the Pacers as a play-in team, but
I mean, we talked about the difference between.
Yeah. Number 4, this is where I thought you were going because you said our old play-in or our old buddy. I have Jamal Murray in the Orlando Magic at number 4.
Dude, did something happen that I forgot about?
Wait, did something happen that I didn't forget about?
You said Jamal Murray. It's KCP.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, I was thinking about Jamal Mosley. That's what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh crap.
Oh, yeah.
Did Mosley get fired? Yes, sorry, Mosley. Jamal Mosley.
That's a great one. I have the Magic at 6.
This is like my favorite team in the Eastern Conference. I was a huge fan of Paolo coming out. I was like, he should have been the number 1 pick. And I just love the roster. I love, Coach Mose and just what they're about and their defense and all the stuff. So I'm all in on the Magic. I hope they just keep on going up. And I don't know what is going on with Markelle Fultz's free agency.
You could have said that at any point in the last 10 years. And right.
But I like him a lot. Are you like confident to do like a Pacers versus Magic board bet?
Instead of Cavs versus.
No, we can keep it at Cavs. I'm more confident in the Cavs.
Cavs Pacers. I think Cavs Pacers that's a spicy one.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
The Magic at 6, and I have Pacers at 3. I have the Bucks at 4. I just think that they'll be good. They'll be right there. They'll be the Bucks and Pacers. It'll be funny because the Pacers will beat the Bucks a couple times, have the tiebreaker, and just be like right above them in the standings, and it'll be annoying to their fans.
Okay, the Bucks for me are kind of similar to Denver in the West,
which we had at 4.
Yeah, that if you told me they finished 2nd in their conference, I'm not shocked. If you told me they finished 6th or 7th, I'm not shocked either. Some of the Damian Lillard stuff last year worried me. Middleton injury history.
It's a lot.
I think you're asking a lot. I mean, Giannis still, like Doc, some of the stuff last year. I don't know. And I have them at, where did I have them finishing? I have them at 6. I just went back and forth on them.
The Bucks at 6 with Giannis?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, all the stuff about Damian Lillard so far is, hey, healthy off season. It's all the great.
Take a drink.
It's all the stuff you want to hear. So, and I'm on a root for Giannis. So, I hope they're higher.
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's how you're going to be rooting for him this year. Also, do you know that Brook Lopez is 36?
Yeah, like I mean,
he's old. Man.
Middleton's probably younger than what I think he is, but I mean, Lillard's
got some miles though.
How old's Lillard?
Lillard's like 34. Yeah, Chris Middleton's 33.
Okay,
but
so
Middleton played 55 last year, 33 games the year before that, 66, 68. I mean, he's not
great track record. So
not great.
30 through 33, 34, and 36. That's your main 3 guys with Giannis, and then you're hoping a guy like a Beauchamp or somebody can take a leap.
Yeah.
I feel really dumb right now just talking out loud. I feel really dumb saying that the Magic is going to finish with a better record than the Bucks, but I kind of feel like I got to stand my ground on it.
Magic over the Bucks is a wild pick. Coming up, We got a couple other wild picks because somebody has to make the play-in in the East. We'll tell you who those teams are coming up.
You don't believe you shouldn't be here.
This show's brought to you by FanDuel. Dads do the ads, baby. You've heard us talk a lot about FanDuel. It's America's #1 sports book. And hey, we have a little bit something different for you. Now through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get 3-week free trial on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. You know what was really cool last year for me? When I started the NFL season, having the NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. And you can do some really cool split screen stuff with it right now. When you have the YouTube TV base plan, you'll be able to watch every single regular season Sunday afternoon out of market game. Guys,
that's right.
You have a team that's like not the Cowboys and you live in DFW like myself, you can watch every single one of their games. If that's not enough, be sure to check out FanDuel's Profit Boost in the app and use it for FanDuel's double winnings for all Sunday, 9/15. That's September 15th. Pre-game moneyline bets Profit Boost will be live starting Thursday, 9/12. View your account page to learn more.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Bet. Hold on. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. I put up the game time banner. Sorry, game time. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Go check out BetterHelp because it'll help you if you're dealing with brain fog, like obviously I was just now. You need to work through some things. You need to talk through some things in your life. Maybe the return of a loved one. Maybe that's it's different than you expected. And so maybe that's something you need to work through and talk through. Or maybe you missed somebody for so long and now they're back in your life.
Oh.
Everybody, we always have things that we're dealing with. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNBA to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNBA.
Touche.
All right, we're going through the Eastern Conference. We're going through our standings. Let's just recap real quick here. I have Celtics #1, Knicks #2, Pacers 3, Bucks 4. That's my top 4. Who's your top 4?
Boston, Cleveland, New York, and Orlando.
Coming in at #5, I think we may have the same team, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, that's true.
This team is talented enough to be the #2 team.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in them.
I believe in them. I just think they're going to focus on the postseason more than the regular season.
Yeah, and I think that there will be times this season that is so frustrating for Sixers fans, and Paul George is like, there's going to be a moment where Paul George like has to go on his podcast and respond to fan hate in some way. I think that them being 5 would definitely be that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think they're definitely going to want to finish with a home court advantage, but I don't think they're challenging for a 1 or 2 seed in the East.
No, I don't think so. I think that like Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, like Magic, Cavs, these teams are younger, and yeah, I think they've got.
All right, so who do you have at 6? Because at 6 I have the Bucks.
Magic.
Okay, sweet. Who do you have at 7?
Cavs.
All right, cool. I have the Pacers. So I have it at the top 6.
Top 7.
Wait, isn't that 6 teams? No, it's 7 teams.
It's Cavs 7.
Shout out to math. Okay, so I'm glad that we're both on the same page about Miami.
Yes.
So you have an 8?
I do have them at 8. They just do not inspire me in any way.
They don't inspire me, but they don't die.
That's
like,
right.
They're like a cockroach. They just won't die.
You know who should play for them?
Uh-oh.
Dwight Powell.
No.
He embodies what they do.
No. If they didn't have Eric Spoelstra, I don't know. I would have them lower.
Bam and Jimmy are still really good players.
Is Jimmy even going to be on this team next year?
But he is like.
Okay.
He's on it this year. So.
Yeah, they are. Tyler Hero, really good.
Terry Rozier, your boy.
I do like Terry Rozier. Tyler Hero.
You're giving up on your boy.
No, I like him. It's just I think they're asking a lot of. I like Jaquez. I liked him in the draft. I think you're asking a lot of Jovic.
Their new center, Khalil Ware, like they want him to come in and play.
I did like him a lot in the draft too. I do like some of the young guys. I just think this is like a bridge year. I think
which is 8. That's fine.
I think at some point they trade Jimmy. I think they give some of their young guys some run, and I like their young guys, and then they're trying to figure out who their next star is that they're going to pursue, and hopefully they stay away from us.
Let's do a random Mavs injected segment in here. Would you rather have waited for Jimmy Butler to be traded, or were you cool with Klay Thompson?
I'm cool with Klay. Yeah.
I think it would have taken a lot. I think it would have taken a lot more to get Jimmy, and so I think
lot more and a lot more money.
Absolutely.
Because I had to correct somebody the other day about Klay. They're like, "Dude, I like Klay, but just at that number, man." I'm like, "Dude, he's making like 15. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, so anyway,
Jimmy has a player option for $52 million. So if he's leaving the Heat for some reason, he's either picking up that option and they're trading that 1 year option. And so then you have to figure out where to put $52 million, or it's some kind of weird sign trade. So.
All right, this one was fun for me. Guessing the ninth.
These are brutal.
The 9th and 10th teams in the Eastern Conference next year. I'm swinging hard on this.
Like with pineapples and everything.
Whoa! All right, get off. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
You hyped it up. Swing away.
I have the Pistons and Hornets.
Oh my God, the Pistons?
Yeah,
our boy THJ and Tobias.
Yeah. Coup is redeemed, and Lockdown Pistons host. Yeah,
you don't have Trae Young or the Hawks.
No, have you looked at their roster?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, cool. I don't know. I'm also a believer in Cade Cunningham. Once again, I like when young teams add some vets to their squad. To help out with all that. New coach. I hated that season for them last year because I like a lot of their young guys. I like Asar. I like Duran. I'm kind of iffy on Ivy, but
about Ron Holland.
Yeah, Ron Holland's fun.
They have the weirdest roster, the Pistons do. I have them at 13. I didn't have them making, and this whole 11 through 15 could 12 through 15 could go in any order.
You're gonna say or make the Hawks case.
I just think Trae Young is better than anybody here. Quinn Snyder's still the coach. They still have solid centers in Clint Capella and Okongwu. They still have Bogdanovich. They got Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance. Like, they still have some solid players. And so, like, I'll take the solid players and a really good player.
Imagine if Trae Young was 6'8".
He would be the best player of all time. Should we do Hawks versus Pistons? Is that a fun one or not?
God,
disgusting.
I don't know if I feel confident about that.
Well, you have the Pistons making the play and the Hawks not. So
let's do it. Pistons, Hawks. Give me the Pistons.
Better record. We're putting it on the board bets. Better record, Detroit or Atlanta. I'm gonna clean up on that one.
Shut up. Who do you have as your 10th team?
I went back and forth. I think all these teams, except for the Wizards and Nets, have a case.
Don't be boring and say Chicago.
I did not pick Chicago.
Thank God.
I'm picking the team that I think has the most talent of all the teams left.
Uh-oh.
I'm picking the Toronto Raptors.
Most talent?
Yeah, Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Jakob Poeltl. Like,
the second name you said was Emmanuel Quickley.
Yeah, he's a solid player.
I think when we're talking about weird rosters, this is one of them.
Okay, start naming the next two players on the rest of these teams. Hornets, LaMelo Ball and his ankles.
Grant Williams. No, LaMelo, Brandon Miller. Like,
Brandon Miller's good, yeah.
Yeah. Josh Green.
That's great.
The other Bridges.
Oof.
Mark
Williams is solid.
Yeah, I have the Hornets.
I have Hornets at 11. I went back and forth with them.
I think they have the potential to be like a really fun league pass team.
They could be. If they
fast paced. Charles Lee, feels like everybody's talked about him for a long time as a good young coach. And
the Raptors have Davion Mitchell, by the way. Forgot about that. They have Bruce Brown. I forgot about that too.
He'll be traded.
And if anything, pick the Raptors because they got our boy. The penetrator.
The penetrator. I think if we're talking about the weirdest rosters, I think Toronto's right up there.
Well, how is it weird? It's solid.
I hate their roster. I just think it's like so clunky, and like I'm not the biggest fan of quick. When you start
quickly, you start Bruce Brown, you start R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Pertl. That's a solid starting
start
five.
That car and drive it straight into the
10th seed in the East.
Here's my thing. I got so frustrated when the OG trade happened, and people were trying to call it the quickly trade, and that
that's not.
And I'm like, y'all are out of your mind. Like, what? Did we just forget how good OG is? And
it was one of those where it was like cool for the Raptors that they got a solid player out of it. You know, like sometimes you lose that guy OG for nothing, but they didn't. So it's okay.
All right. This is where Agbaji went.
I was gonna say this is also where your boy Agbaji went.
Yeah.
They got Kelly Olynyk, future former Maverick.
They just got a bunch of random dudes.
That's what I'm saying. That's enough for a 10th seed to me.
All right, sure. Well, at least you didn't have the Nets because their roster is.
I got them at 15.
I have them in a tier by themselves at 15.
They're an elected 15 seed. They decided it themselves. The Hornets at 11, the Bulls at 12, the Pistons at 13, Wizards at 14, Nets at 15.
Okay. When I first look at the Wizards roster, I was a little surprised. I'm like, they actually have some dudes on there, like Valanciunas, Kuzma, Jordan Poole. I like Koulibaly.
None of these names are moving me in any way.
Yeah, me neither. Bulls, I love Kobe White. Josh Giddey. I just can't do it. So.
Yeah, they still have Vooch. They still have our boy Zach LaVine. Hey, remember when the Mavs should have traded for Zach LaVine, even though there was nothing really there, and then they got Kyrie instead?
Why is my phone going nuts right now?
Because Zach LaVine's getting traded to the Mavs.
I don't know.
Our boy Rashawn Holmes is there with the Wizards, and Alex Sarr was amazing in Summer League. Sarcasm.
Well, that's tough. Yeah, tough. That draft was
brutal. Absolutely brutal. So There you go. That's what we have for the Eastern Conference. Let us know what you think and answer our board bet question. Better record: Cleveland, Indiana, Detroit, and Atlanta. Those are our two board bets for this one.
Oh my gosh!
Cleveland, Atlanta. The Cleveland, Indiana one is good, but the Detroit, Atlanta one is disgusting.
I'm just gonna tell you, if Detroit has a better record than them, I'm never gonna let you hear that.
You and Koo, me and Tony East will stand over here.
I'm telling Koo right now, dude. Hey, I picked you all to have a better record than Atlanta.
Yeah.
Don't tell Brad.
Yeah, me and Brad Rowland will be over here on the Hawks side. There you go. Guys, go subscribe to the Mavs Subtext. It's our Mavs Insiders program where you can get rumors and extra content. Isaac is here now, so he's going to be involved in there. He just did a mailbag recently where he sent everybody answers to your questions. We'll do extra content and things like that. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked on Mavs. The one more thing.
Peace out.